What a matchup we have in store. It's still early in the season, but this is a major test for a couple of squads who've gotten out of the gate undefeated. As we'll see a team fresh and ready to go off of bye week, the Oklahoma Sooners taking on another team from the SEC, the Mississippi State Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Sooners will get us underway with the opening kickoff. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. So Mississippi State's offense takes the field for the first time today. There he is, the man who makes everything go, and they believe they're going to score every time they touch it when he's on the field, Jesse.
He plays with unbelievable confidence, Reese. Always knows where to go with the football. The entire playbook is at this guy's disposal.
Yeah, which is so much fun for a coach, so much fun to play with him, a guy that can do everything. Everybody on the field is active in a weapon.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. They'll try to pop the draw. They believe in that running game. Got 6 before he stopped at the 23. Mississippi State right back to the line. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Gets it out quickly. And he was knocked down immediately short of the line to gain. They'll have to make a decision here.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
Slips through the line. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Use the play fake, now to throw. Blasted as he lets it go. Got his man downfield. Boy, are they loving that huge play. He's got it down to the 9. And that big gainer on the last one has him ready to go from inside the 10. Turning to the running game on 1st and goal. Pushes ahead for 2 to the 7-yard line.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance when you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad.
And you'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Here comes the Mississippi State offense ready to attack. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Pushes ahead for 2. They'll mark it at the 17. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. He'll do it himself. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground. This is the type of play that can give the offense momentum. 3rd and short from inside the 20. It's a draw. Fighting off the defender. They'll move those chains, getting it out to the 29-yard line and trying to get this drive rolling. And the Bulldogs moving quickly to the line.
Well, that's kind of the advantage of 3rd and medium, right? Is the defense, you keep them guessing. You can throw it, you can run it. That time they hand it off and they pick it up.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Quarterback sacks is a trend that this offense would like to put an end to pretty quick. Somehow they were able to win their last game out, even though they gave up 4 sacks in that one. That was a huge point of emphasis for this coaching staff. And here early in this one, first quarter, they've now already given up 1.
They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. He'll try to really get into this one. On the move, it's Johns. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. Leaves it with the running back. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run. The Sooners trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Sooners! And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finished it off with the score from the 4.
14, Mississippi State, 0.
On the run from inside his own 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. And now the offense will come onto the field again. They move the tight end all over. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Gets rid of it. Fires to the big fella. And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
We reached the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. So what do they have for 3rd and short from their own 23? Not in lockstep there with the receiver. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit.
On to kick it away.
He'll bring it back. It's Johns. Touchdown, Oklahoma! The special teams proving worthy of their name. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Penn State is down, but don't rule out some late-game magic. With that offense and the kid on D, who's the latest stud at linebacker U, anything is possible. They're trailing by 11 to Ohio State. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Bulldogs want to pick up the tempo. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line here.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road, bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
Well, there's the trust this quarterback has in his guy, right? He knows he's going to give him an opportunity in critical down and distances. Third down, find your best matchup because you know he can make the catch, he can get his feet in bounds, and keep the drive moving.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiple sacks. They thought coming into this game they could take advantage of this offensive line, and that game plan is working to perfection.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
That is a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting the backfield, making the play.
And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. He's got great speed. Looking for running room. He'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stops. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They could have used a little bit more there. Picked up a 3. It's 3rd and 7. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Quarterback will audible. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He's got 1st down yardage as they move it to the 44. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yep, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains. There's always been a lot of flash and sizzle to the Oklahoma offense, but it's built on being tough.
Yeah, and especially the great teams. The great teams that you think about in Oklahoma past, the ones that were in the national championship or in the playoff, those are teams that can run the football, be physical. It all started there.
The Sooners are marching down the field. He's going to pass. They've got the screen set up. He makes the stop, but a nice pickup there on 1st down. Leaves them in 2nd and manageable. Tempo and overdrive. They'll give it to the back. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
Well, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. And the Sooners will go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the 1st down. He wants to throw. Into the end zone. He was open, he had it, and he dropped dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's second down. Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Looking for the score. And this one's going to be incomplete. He was trying to make the connection in the back corner of the end zone.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew. I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better, though.
On third down, he drops the throw. Finds his target down the middle. And they make the stop, and this offense has it inside the 5, and they are threatening.
It's a really nice job in coverage defensively there because that tight end, he wasn't really even open. Quarterback just still tried to put it on him and give him an opportunity, but great tackle short of the stick setting up fourth down.
They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
Hey, if you're going to go for it on fourth down, if you decide to run the football, you've got to be sure up front that you're going to win in the trenches. They didn't get it done that time. They need to be more physical moving forward. They're going to try to do that again in the same type of situation in this game.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's second and 11. They'll put the tight end in motion. The give on the inside. You just can't go backwards there. He did, and they swarmed him for a safety. The kickoff team lined up. They'll have to give it back after giving up that safety.
The returner brings it out to the 35. And the Oklahoma offense will take over.
Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. On that last drive, 4th and goal didn't exactly work out. They really need to pay it off this time, Jesse.
And they were so anxious and eager to get back on the field. They know they left points on the board. They let that one get away from them. They look like they are pumped up and ready to go here, David.
And listen, it was a...
Going for it all. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. On second down, he'll let it fly. Hit as he throws. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Wide out in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside big. He puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the fourth down conversion, moving the chains easily.
Well, there's the advantage of having versatility at the running back position. On fourth down, everybody in the stadium is expecting if you throw it, it's probably going to a receiver at tight end. But because of his ability to catch the football, he makes a huge play for this offense and keeps the drive alive.
Trying to find his man on first down. He tries to take the top off. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He's looking to throw it. Touchdown Sooners! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Number 7.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. Coverage team there to make the stop. They avoid disaster, and that's the end of the first half. Mississippi State will put a foot to it to crank up the second half.
Mississippi State, 0.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. The Sooner offense returns to the field. Looking for a productive play on first down. They'll open the second half with a run. Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll leave it with him. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Give to the back. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
In halftime in this locker room, there was a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead, but you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in this second half.
You're absolutely right here, and I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense around.
Got room at the 35. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. The Sooners come to the line with a new set of downs. They think they can create space here with the run to the right. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down. They have just bloodied their nose on this drive, all on the ground. It's 1st and 10. Made a little something out of that run. He picked up a couple down.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
You're a defensive guy and you want to fire in and you want to go hit the quarterback, but you know if I fire in, he's just going to give the football up. You got to be patient. You got to understand what your responsibility is. Then you see when he keeps the football, you got to go tag him. But the problem is these guys are such good athletes. They're so hard to catch once they do pull the football. But it's kind of like the hidden hat trick. You know, where's the ball? It's underneath this one. No, I picked this one up. No, it's gone. It's underneath this one. Nope, there it is. It's gone.
Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch. The defense scoops it up, and they're bringing it back. The 50, the 40, the 30, running inside the 20. Oh, he was hoping for the pick six. Instead, he got it down to the 16-yard line. The offense starts with a short field. From the gun to give, looking for room. Tough running this deep in the red zone. He's got 4 down to the 11. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. From the gun, the ground game. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
And now a big 3rd down coming up. Down multiple possessions. This is one, Palmer, I'm looking for 6. I'm not trying to kick a field goal. I want to cut into this lead with a touchdown.
No, you got to have it. And also, considering all of that, this is 4-down territory too. So you need to identify who are your best players on offense and how can you give them a chance to score this touchdown.
Just when they're looking run, now up top. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
In that 2nd down play, the defense, I think, was expecting pass. So you saw them come firing upfield. They use their speed. They use their athleticism. They win the one-on-ones, and they get a big-time sack.
Lets it go to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Mississippi State. drive, and what a quick strike for that offense.
And when I'm an offensive coordinator and I see a short field, I'm thinking attack, attack, attack. Go get that touchdown. Take advantage of what the defense gave you. Great job by the offensive coordinator.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Fair catch called for and made. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. They get you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
We reached the quarter break with Oklahoma on top, and they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the third quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Gonna run it. It's Harper. He maybe gets a yard. They'll mark him at the 29. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's third and long. Quarterback checking the play. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Fires into traffic, picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Well, the defense isn't quitting. They're obviously down big here in the fourth quarter with just a little bit of time left. Obviously, it'll take a Herculean effort to come back, but could that interception be the spark that...
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
A loss of 7 yards on the play.
The first down sack pushes the ball back for this long second down. He's looking to throw. Grabbed in the middle. It's Whitaker. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on third and long. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell that to this defense, though. They played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
It's incomplete, and the defense makes a stop and gets the football back. Here comes the offense on first down. He'll start this drive firing. He'll pull it down. At the 40, there he goes. How about that nice run from this junior quarterback? Ripped off a chunk on the opening play of this drive. Now it's first down from the 48. Looking to move it through the air. Unloads it downfield. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And the punishment has been extended. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
37, Mississippi State, 7.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. He makes the catch close to the sticks, but he'll be a little short of the first down.
The thing I like about the slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route run. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
He's looking for an open man on second down. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
Man, I've been there before as a quarterback. Sometimes you just wish the game would already be over, right? You've had nothing go your way all game long. You're trailing late.
And that ball is picked off. He'll try to take it back. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great.
Got some room, entered to the goal line. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. And he takes this from inside the 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And how about this offense, man? It's been a rough day. You're getting beat down. You're trying to find some kind of momentum late in the game to build something off of, and you give up another sack.
On second down, he's looking downfield. Got his man quickly. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half.
Timeout, Oklahoma.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. Power football with the run. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
How about the job by this defense today? They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense, stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they showed up and showed out and answered that challenge.
And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Northwestern is trailing right now, but I'm not ready to say this team is out. We've seen this program stage memorable comebacks before. Do not rule out another one today. It's a tight one right now. They're trailing by only 5 to Miami. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And now the ball's loose in the end zone. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover. And not much else could go wrong. A defensive touchdown as they keep piling it on. And they tacked on the extra point. They're lining up to kick it away, and that defense salivating after getting the scoop and score.
58, Mississippi State.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, this is one of those games where you're not necessarily throwing the playbook in the trash after this one, but I do think this coaching staff, David, really has to be honest with themselves and rethink what schemes are working and not working and which guys maybe need to get more touches in this offense.
Well, I think I like the trash option as well.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. On second down, he'll fire. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man, doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on, and now just throw another sack in the equation, hitting the quarterback, being disruptive. They've been all over the field.
And he just throws it away. That is not what you're looking for on third down, fourth down coming up. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. He gets it away from his own end zone. Makes a move. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy.
Afterburners coming. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6. They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off. The snap sets up the throw. Coming after it. They're bringing heat. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown. He'll try to tack on one more. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. They wasted. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute?